Good morning, traders. So how do we trade the Aussie this morning? So we do have a bit of a consolidation here. So we're on the 4 hour, and we can see we had a break of the alligator, a test of the break, and then we moved to the downside. So the question on everybody's mind right now is this a consolidation for a turn back up, or is this a consolidation for a continuation? Okay. Now, it's difficult to call at the moment, so what you're looking for is pretty much, I would say, a break above this fractal level at 56.90, or alternatively, a break below this fractal level here, which is the low of yesterday, it's the low of last week. So that's 59,200. 59,200 to the downside and 56.90 to the upside. Okay, so that is, that's massive. That's over 1,000 points, so 1,500 points that we are in a consolidation range. So what we're looking for is a break above the alligator. Okay, so I need a break and a retest, similar to what we had here, breakdown and a retest, and that would give you confidence for a swing trade to the upside. Okay, you can see here as well, we first tested off the 200, bounced off, then stayed above it, and then we accelerated away. Okay, so that's kind of what you'd be looking for to the upside, and obviously to the downside, it's going to be this retest here is going to be successful. Okay, so let's just get down to the 30 minutes, and I'm pretty confident that the closing range strategy was fairly significant, because you can see how we got the first targets, a couple of buyer steps in there, then we accelerated the second target, buyer stepped up, and then we came back down. Sorry, we hit the second target up front, and then our third target was hit, and we made a feeble attempt at the fourth target. Okay, so what we're looking for today is pretty much more the same, and you can see how that range is the same size. Okay, so it's the last hour of trading, there's the last hour of trading. So what I'm looking for, and you can see how the second target lines up with the 200 moving average on the half hour. So delete that. Okay, so let's just have a look at what's going on in the rest of the world. So the US markets fell off at the close a little bit, not too much. The Dow was down 0.3%, so not massive. But the Nasdaq was down 1.5%, so that's probably a big one. And 10 cents is down another 2% today. And our rand dollar is still flat, 14.90. Okay, so I'm still in two minds, and for as long as we are in this consolidation range, I will be in two minds. So that's the top of the range, this is the bottom of the range. Now, there are a few patterns that could potentially play out, and the first one, actually, no, I lie. So I'm going to say this looked like a head and shoulders that was forming. I suppose you could argue it is potentially head and shoulders. Here's the shoulder, here's the head, and here's another shoulder forming. We'd need to break through this level, and then the first level that you'd want to break through would be this one here, which would coincide with the 200 moving average. Okay, so this is the previous swing high. So that's sitting at 54.30. Yeah, a very difficult one to call. I would expect us to hit this level of 54.30. There is a bit of a daily gap up here from the previous day. So there is a gap, and it also coincides with the 200 moving average. On the 30, nothing on the hour. Okay, and the 12 will give us a little bit of a better picture. And the 12, you can see we did break through the 200 moving average and potentially testing it. Okay, then the other thing that we want to see here is there is our flag. So let's just use this line. And voila, top of range. So yeah, so that's kind of, this is kind of the way I'm seeing this playing out, is that we go and break this flag. We have kind of broken it already. So I'd expect us to open, if not in the same place, we could potentially gap down. But if we do, and we don't have to stay, I mean, we really just need to, if I extend that. So if we bounce off the alligator somewhere in this 49,845 or 49,900. So there's between 49,850 and 49,900. If we get down, find some support there, then we still have a measured move potentially moving to 54.30 and ultimately top of range at 56.88. Okay, so either way, these are the two levels that I'd look more than likely to short again. And why you'd be shorting is because it is still technically a downtrend. Okay, so that is still a downtrend. Once the alligator's crossed and pointing to the upside on the 4 hour, then your trend has changed. And if you want to be a little bit more aggressive, then you're looking for it on the 4 hour, on the 1 hour. Sorry. So what we're looking for is the alligator to cross. They are sort of grouping, but we want them standing upright, and we want price above it. Okay. At this stage, alligator is sleeping. So in other words, we are in a range. There is no diversions or anything that we can see except for this reverse diversions here. So you see there's a low, higher low, low, lower low. Okay, this is normally an indication that we're going to continue in the trend that we were in. And the last couple of days we've been going sideways, but this could be seen as a downward trend still as well. So this could move to the downside. Okay, and then the last thing I just want to highlight here is, where's our Fibonacci? Right. So of this moves to the downside, you can see we are on the 50 and 61 Fibonacci. Okay, so that basically means that if we do turn at this level, we have a measured move that should play out according to that, which would take us down to the bottom of the channel. Okay, so that's the bottom and that's the top of the channel. So pretty much there's two scenarios. If we do sort of hold the level, so let's just get to the 12 minutes so you can see from there. So two scenarios. The first one, obviously, if we do hold this level and we get above sort of not quite the high of, well, I suppose it is. So it's pretty much the high of yesterday. So if we do break above the high of yesterday, and I can't see what that is, let's put that line in there. So 52.78. So if we do break above 52.80, then you would expect the measured moves to play out, and then we should be able to tag 56.60 or 56.55 to be safe. Okay. If we stay below sort of the high of yesterday, then you're looking for the downside target to be hit, which would be 49,195. Okay. And then obviously a break of those two levels would indicate the sort of a better short-term direction. So short-term, I'm looking at the rest of the week. Okay, so for now, we're in a range, and first thing to play is to see if we do stay, if this flag plays out, and we get above the high of yesterday, Then we're looking for the measured move to play out, and I would actually look at a short at the top here at 56, 60, 50, 56, 55, just around that area to be safe. So just watch price action to see. We should get some kind of a reversal bar on the 12 minutes. Something like this. You can see green inside bar off a level. Your entries below the break of that bar stop about on the high of the bar. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm looking for. If we do get this level, I do suspect we move to the downside. Maybe not all the way down to the downside, because we do have a higher low here. Okay, so let's come back to our. You can see inside this consolidation pattern, I do have a higher low. There's a low, there's a higher low there. Okay, so yeah, pretty much in the middle at the moment, so it can go either way. So it's not something that I really want to trade from a swing trading perspective. But if you're going to intraday trade this, then those are your levels you need to watch out for. Okay, anyway guys, that's my view on the Aussie. Hope it helps, and the summary really is I'm just waiting. I'm not really going to be looking for any long-term positions on this until this consolidation breaks one way or another. Okay, anyway guys, enjoy your day, and I'll catch up with you later. Cheers for now.